It's laughable how you let them trample on you time and time again. Fake colleagues who act friendly on the outside but are just waiting for the chance to strangle you from behind. They take advantage of your hard work, but when it comes to credit, they calmly take it all, leaving you with no dignity, not even a little bit. And what about your lover? They don't care how hard you've tried to become a better version of yourself. They just coldly walk away, leaving you struggling with self-doubt. Don't blame yourself, because the only mistake you made was believing they would appreciate your efforts. The best friend you once trusted completely? Turns out they are nothing but a traitor, ready to turn their back and stab you to pursue their own interests. And family? The sarcastic words from those who should be supporting you only make things worse. You probably can't do it. A simple phrase, but enough to extinguish the fragile hope you were trying to hold on to. They don't deserve your silence. Don't accept being a victim anymore. This is the time for you to stand up, break through every limit they've imposed on your life. Let's build a community of kindness by subscribing to Stoicism for Success right now and sharing it with those you wish to see live with kindness and strength like us. Let's spread these positive values together. 1. Fear, the tester of courage's resolve. Fear is not the enemy, but you have made it the master of your life. You don't act, don't decide, don't live truly because you constantly justify it with fear. I'm not good enough. I'm afraid of failure. I can't do it. The truth is, you're tying yourself up with the excuse of safety, watching opportunities slip by, and comforting yourself by saying, "Life hasn't been kind to me." Sounds pathetic, doesn't it? Courage is not the absence of fear, but facing that fear head-on and saying, "You don't control me." Those who dare face failure will always be closer to success. Ask yourself, do you want to stay trapped in the cage of fear forever, or step out and claim what you deserve? Fear is just a shadow. Don't let it steal your light. 2. Wealth and fame, the double-edged sword of life. What are you doing with your life? Earning money to live or living to earn money? Money is a tool, but you've made it a burden, becoming a slave to numbers. You neglect your health, forget your family, chase after flashy things, only to realize that money is destroying you. When will you understand that the luxury car, the grand house, can't buy back the moments you've lost with your loved ones? You make money and then use it to treat the illnesses caused by your own ambitions. A foolish and sad loop. And fame? You crave attention. But have you ever asked yourself what you're sacrificing? A little bit of glamour has made you forget your true value. Fame, if uncontrolled, is just an empty mask, a sparkling prison that traps the weak in loneliness and pretension. Wake up before it's too late. 3. Love, when the heart leads the way. Modern love is distorted by illusions and selfishness. You want to be loved, but in reality you only want to possess. You love the feeling more than the person in front of you. Social media turns relationships into a game of ego. When the other person no longer meets your expectations, you're ready to let go without a second thought. The result? Love dies not from a lack of emotion, but from a lack of understanding and the ability to accept differences. Look at the quick divorces or broken relationships over trivial reasons. They are the clearest evidence. And friendship? Don't confuse friends with pleasantries or indulgence. A true friend is not someone who always agrees, but someone who dares to point out your mistakes when you're going off track. They won't abandon you in difficult times, even when the world turns its back. True friendship is the most sincere mirror, sometimes painful, but always necessary. 4. Self-development, the path to your best version. Do you wonder why your life is always full of dissatisfaction and suffering? Don't blame circumstances, because the real cause lies in how you perceive everything. Marcus Aurelius was right. We suffer not because of things, but because of the way we view them. How many times have you been disappointed by unreasonable expectations you've set for yourself? You want people to treat you the way you want success without accepting difficulties. But when everything collapses, you just complain. That is your reality, a slave to expectations. Epictetus pointed out a harsh truth. You're not free because you're trying to control things that aren't yours. You're bound by other people's opinions, by things beyond your ability, and you lock yourself in that invisible cage. Aristotle would also judge you. The knowledge you have, the lessons you read, the things you learn, are they valuable if you don't apply them? You know how to live better, but you don't do it. You're an accumulator, not an action taker. Look at yourself and ask, do you really want to change or just keep going in this cycle of failure? Act now, before it's too late. 5. Patience. The seed that germinates in the heart of time. You lack patience in relationships, and that's why your relationships often fall apart. You want trust immediately? Want to understand after just a few conversations? You're asking for the impossible. A strong relationship takes time to build, and if you keep pushing, it only makes the other person feel suffocated. Love and friendship aren't instant transactions. They're the result of persistence and a willingness to wait. What about your time? How many hours have you wasted scrolling through the internet, engaging in pointless distractions? Time is not something to kill, but the most valuable asset to invest. If you don't spend it improving yourself, learning, or building meaningful relationships, don't wonder why you're always falling behind. Smart time investment is a life choice, not an impulse. 6. Forgiveness, the key to freeing the soul. Forgiveness is not weakness, but the way you understand it is truly pathetic. Do you think that forgiving means ignoring what others have done? Or condoning their mistakes? If you forgive without holding on to your own principles, you're not noble. You're just lowering yourself, making it easier for others to take advantage of you. Forgiveness is not for the comfort of others, but for you to free yourself from the burden of the past while maintaining your personal values. And don't deceive yourself into thinking that forgiveness is enough. If you don't learn from your pain, if you let the hurt happen again, you are the cause of your own suffering. Forgiveness does not absolve responsibility. You must ask yourself, have you gathered the courage to stop the past from repeating itself, or will you continue to live in a loop of mistakes? Wake up. Forgiveness is a tool, not an excuse to be trampled on forever. Let's come together to support our community. If you are a kind person, please hit the like button on this video and leave some energetic comments to spread positive vibes. Together, we can make a difference. 7. Simplicity, the key to peace. People don't torment themselves because life is too hard, but because they complicate it. You worry, overthink, and fill your mind with unnecessary things. In reality, every problem has a clear core, but you cover it up with embellishment, circumlocution, and meaningless actions. In communication, instead of being straightforward and sincere, you use complex words to cover up your insecurity. The result? People don't understand you, and you fail to connect. Simplicity means focusing on what truly matters. Happiness doesn't lie in a grand mansion or an endless list of possessions. It lies in simple things: a family meal, the laughter of loved ones, or the feeling of peace within. Don't let complexities steal the core joy of your life. 8. Awareness, the doorway to truth. Don't ask to avoid being deceived. Do you think that not asking questions will keep things calm? In reality, you're just pushing the issue into the dark where it smolders, ready to explode. How many families choose to stay silent about financial issues because they fear the truth will hurt their pride, only for a debt crisis to destroy everything one day? In organizations, no one dares to face the core question for fear of opposition, and the result is failure drawing ever closer. The truth doesn't disappear, it just waits for the moment to crush you. Hard thinking leads many to judgment. On social media, just one photo is enough to make you jump to conclusions. You don't think, you don't investigate, you just rush to judge as if it's your right. This mob judgment culture not only destroys reputations but also drives many people into despair. The truth in alcohol and children. A drunk person reveals what they hide when sober, and a child will point out what adults pretend not to see. You may try to hide the truth, but it's always there, exposing everything, raw and unforgiving. Ask yourself, do you have enough courage to face that truth, or will you continue to avoid it? 9. Perseverance. The art of moving forward despite adversity. The persevering person triumphs over the strongest. Do you think innate talent will lead you to success? Wrong. Talent may get you ahead, but perseverance is what determines who stands strong in the end. Angela Duckworth pointed out that grit, the ability to not give up, is more important than any natural ability. The strong may have an early advantage, but the persevering person is the one who keeps moving forward, despite failure or limits. Look at successful athletes. It's not the strongest, but the ones who train relentlessly, overcoming each obstacle, who reach glory. Success is getting up after every fall. Failure is not the enemy. The real fall is when you don't dare to rise. Resilient psychology proves that the ability to recover from failure is a core factor of success. Every time you fall, you have two choices: sink into self-pity or learn and move forward. The persevering person chooses the second. Success is not built on perfect steps, but on the number of times you rise stronger than before. 10. Balance. The key to happiness and success. Work hard, but live meaningfully. Are you living or just existing to work? Do you think endless overtime, late nights glued to the computer will bring you success? Wrong. What you're sacrificing is your health, your family, and your time for yourself. Things that money can never buy back. That kind of success is just an empty shell, leaving behind loneliness and exhaustion. Bill Gates, despite managing a billion-dollar empire, still sets aside time for a deep think week to reflect and recharge. What about you? You may not be Bill Gates, but you can choose a more balanced way of life. Balance doesn't mean juggling everything. Do you try to do everything at once? That's not ambition, it's foolishness. Steve Jobs said, "Say no to 100 good ideas." If you don't know how to prioritize, you'll keep running in circles with meaningless tasks and drown in exhaustion. Balance is not about trying to do it all. It's about focusing on what matters most. If you don't recognize this, you'll always be a slave to an endless to-do list instead of the master of your own life. Wake up, work smart, not till you're burnt out. 11. Kindness. The light amidst stormy days. How long has it been since you showed kindness to anyone? Don't justify it by saying you're busy or that kindness is a luxury. The truth is, you are indifferent, selfish, and cold toward the world around you. A smile, a thank you, or simply listening to others. If you can't even do these small things, how can you expect to receive love or help in return? What are you contributing to this world? Or are you just living like an emotionless ghost? Do you think helping others is a waste of your time? That's wrong. Kindness is what makes you a better person, stronger, and more deeply connected to the world. If you cannot practice kindness, you are missing the greatest opportunity for self-growth. A person who is not kind is just an empty shell, meaningless and without value. Wake up. Start with a small act and watch it change you, if you still dare face the truth. 12. Vision. The lighthouse leading to the future. What are you doing with your life? If you don't have a clear vision, you're just drifting in the uncertain sea of life. Do you think you can live without knowing what you want? That's self-deception, and you'll always stay in place, living a wasted life. Vision is not a luxury. It's a compass, the only thing that helps you escape the darkness of aimlessness. Elon Musk may not be the most talented, but his vision of the future is what made him rise above. And you? What are you waiting for? Don't just sit there dreaming of a better future when you are still avoiding responsibility in the present. Every moment you waste today will never come back, and the future you envision will remain an illusion if you don't act. Don't let your current circumstances imprison you, because you are the one who created that barrier. Every action you take today, no matter how small, is a brick you lay down to build the future you truly deserve. 13. Happiness. Living fully by having a purpose. Stop deceiving yourself. Happiness is not a gift given to you from the outside. You chase after meaningless things, pursue money, recognition, or luxurious items thinking they'll bring you happiness. But what's the truth? You are neglecting yourself. Happiness comes from gratitude for what you already have, from forgiveness, and living true to your personal values. If you continue to live as a machine chasing illusions, you will never feel true joy. Happiness begins when you stop seeking it outside yourself and start building it from within. And what do you think when you have no reason to live? You're drifting through each meaningless day, like a shadow without purpose. Those with a reason to live are strong. They don't live selfishly. They contribute to society, help others, and create value. They overcome challenges not because of ego, but because of a bigger goal. While you remain in aimlessness and passivity, these people are constantly growing and contributing. You can continue standing still in your laziness, or you can wake up and start creating a future you deserve. 14. The future, shaped by today's changes. Action psychology reveals a simple truth you may not want to hear. Every choice, no matter how small, determines your future. Don't deceive yourself into thinking it's fine today, because those lazy decisions and ignoring positive habits today will eat away at your health and future. You can't wait for results if you don't take action now. If you don't maintain your exercise habits today, don't expect good health tomorrow. If you don't dare invest time in yourself, you are throwing away the opportunity to change your life. Sustainable development psychology makes it clear that if you don't confront your past mistakes, you will continue to fall into the same traps. The past is a lesson, not an excuse for complaining. Not learning from it is just self-destruction. The truth is you are holding yourself back in this cycle. You will continue to live in meaninglessness if you don't act today. 15. Memorable quotes, words of wisdom that change lives. Don't pretend you can achieve success without facing challenges. Life is never easy, and if you think a few half-hearted efforts are enough, you are deceiving yourself. Every failure, every difficulty you avoid, only makes you take a step back. Perseverance is not a choice, it is the prerequisite for overcoming every challenge. Successful people are not the smartest, but the most resilient. Look at people like Steve Jobs and Elon Musk. They didn't give up, even when everyone around them called them failures. Do you have the courage to keep fighting, or will you throw everything away when things get tough? Stop living in a world of empty words and false promises. You can talk all day about what you want to do, but if you don't take action, it's all just garbage. Only real action brings change. Every word, no matter how beautiful, is meaningless if it's not proven by results. The world is tired of people who only talk and never do. You can continue wasting time with promises, or you can take action and change your life. Choose action or failure. Thank you for watching this video. Let's support our wonderful community by hitting subscribe and turning on notifications right now. Show everyone that you're living kindly by liking the video and sharing your experiences in the comments. Take action now to spread positive energy.